my name is Zoe. I am the Tipsy Psychic. And I know what you all are thinking when you look at me today and you're like, wow, she looks so amazing right now. Have you seen her hair? Just kidding. I know you all are staring at these guys. Girls, guys, neither one. Maybe they're gender neutral, you know? Blech. Okay. I'm so excited because today we're going to talk about the compatibility between a Gemini, Cancer, Cusp, and a Gemini. Ooh, very exciting. This relationship has so many layers. It's about discovery and further understanding who you are. You won't settle for a simple life together. Simple life. Nuh-uh. You put all your efforts into creating a masterpiece together. A masterpiece of life. Don't forget to take care of the details of all the little things in your life. It's so easy to get carried away and get inspired, but don't forget to keep checking off your to-dos. It's going to be wonderful being involved in each other's lives and becoming more with each other. But don't forget to be yourself and stay original. Don't lose yourself. You need to ensure that your environment is comfortable and joyful. You really need kindness and compassion. And Gemini may not be the best candidate for that. You're really good at planning for the big picture, even if it doesn't really seem realistic. As things evolve between the two of you, you take a lot of time to evaluate your relationship, the challenges and the grand projects you take on together may or may not be successful. And that is why you need to keep your head on your shoulders, okay? This idealistic attitude of yours is not gonna cut it if you want things to work out, because you can create masterpieces. It's good to think ahead and plan and think of the future, but you need to reel it in, okay? Focus on the present, the here, the now. Don't get carried away. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, making sure that you're taking care of your body, that you're staying healthy. Maybe drink a smoothie. Don't let yourself go. Try to make your environment feel safe. You need to feel some form of stability in your life, and Gemini won't bring you that, but together you indulge in so much greatness. And educate yourself together. And you work on projects together. When you come together, you share your own adventures and what you've learned and who you are. That's how you bond. You continue this quest together. Things are incredibly strong. And by projects, I don't necessarily mean like taking over the world or publishing a best-selling novel together. I just mean like checking off things that might have always seemed impossible or a little out of reach, but you can still do them together, like you accomplish them. That's those projects that I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, creating a work of art is great together too, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be like that. You have all this energy and this desire to succeed. Now it's time to use it, and use it in a smart way when you two are together. You're in your own little bubble. Your bubble world of a relationship, yes. And you need to remember not to isolate yourselves. If you want to accomplish things, then they need to be achievable. A Gemini, Cancer, Cusper, you, and a Gemini can be very good friends. When you guys have arguments, you usually learn from them. And sometimes you make the best headway when you are disagreeing with each other, because it allows you to both discuss things from different perspectives. The more you strive to move forward and to grow, the better things are. You usually connect with each other on a more emotional or spiritual level. Your relationship is very therapeutic. Gemini might come up with the best ideas. Their way of thinking is inspiring, but you are so good at making it happen. And you work really well together to take over the world. When you're really passionate and driven about something, you can get very aggressive. So try to scale it back. keep doing the inner work. Try to fully get them and start paying attention to the little things. A Gemini may take longer to actually like get into things with you. You may feel like they're not as devoted as you. You, Gemini Cancer Cuspers, have a very mature way of dealing with things compared to your Gemini. You can come across as more educated and you seem more put together. You're very careful, you're very non-judgmental, and people feel like they open up to you. And they know that you won't make fun of them. And that is why you're such a great partner for a Gemini. You can come across as more educated. Well, they're exploring themselves. They don't have to feel like you're going to have a problem or criticize them. You're just really good at being there for them. Geminis do have a dark side. You often stay together for a really long time and grow in a relationship before you actually decide to get married. You usually have some kind of reasoning, like you put aside that type of commitment until you're at a better place in your life, until you can afford more, or until you've moved into this place or that. And even though you can be great friends, as friends, you often find yourselves at odds with one another. It will be very difficult to just dial down once you've started. It's like a chain reaction. But you can definitely use that energy instead of working against each other. You can take that energy and use it in your projects to be more driven. You can use it to further push yourselves together. You're able to just chill out with each other, which is really nice. Things can be very harmonious and laid back. As friends, you usually don't hang out together. Well, you usually only hang out when you have like a ticket to something or an event. It's just not somebody that you would call up every single day to hang out with. It would be someone like, hey, I have tickets to this ball game, or hey, I have concert tickets, or hey, this is something I really looked forward to, let's go together. That kind of thing. Just something that you both really would like to go to together. A Gemini will be very nice to you. A Gemini is very different when it comes to its energy because it has a lot less control over it. Geminis have a part of themselves that just wants to be acknowledged by you, and you do that very well. If a Gemini wants to marry you, you'll often feel like you're negotiating a contract with them, like they need to make a really good case for themselves for it. If they want to marry you, you want to know what you're getting into, you know? If you have the same dreams, then you both can work really, really well together, as long as you share those dreams. And you both are devoted to those projects. You both love to go on adventures. You make great travel buddies. You like taking walks and going out in nature. So if you're looking for some great date ideas, that might be something. You might want to go out or see something new, travel, even just look at something new in your own city. Just, maybe go to the park if you're in the city. The Gemini won't want to involve you in their drama. Unless they really, really have to. They'll try to just take care of it by themselves. You heal at very different speeds. And the Gemini is usually much quicker to process things and how they're feeling. And so this might bother you a little. Gemini might seem like a go-getter, but you're actually the competitive one. You just don't outright show it. You will love how energetic and vibrant your Gemini is, and how good they are at communicating and suggesting ideas. You have many layers, and with them you'll be able to explore them all. Gemini really has to sell you on marriage. If they want to get married and you're hesitant, they have to prove to you that it will work. So that's kind of a message to all you Geminis out there who are like, why haven't they proposed? Or why can't we get married? Or I don't understand. Because the thing is, you, a Gemini Cancer Cuspers, you understand the seriousness of marriage. And you understand the logical part, like the practical part, and Gemini is going to kind of overlook that sometimes. The Gemini will actually stay with you longer than they tend to stay with most signs. Because of how sophisticated you are and how trustworthy you feel that they are, they like how romantic you are. It may bother you that they talk to other people or that they're checking other people out, even when they're with you. Oh yeah, I saw you looking, Gemini. But you love them so much. When you fall for them, you fall hard. And so you kind of are like, okay, I'm kind of pushing that away, you know, a little bit. And breaking up with them just doesn't seem like an option. Now, even though you can have good friendships and you know, they're necessarily not that deep. They're pretty shallow. It's more about what you do together than who you are together. And you have a very hard time letting go of things while they kind of just get over it. And you might harbor some resentment towards them. When Gemini is acting too logical and too stable, you feel like you have to shake things up and you need to agitate them a little. There doesn't even have to be a real reason for it. If there is a love affair, like cheating or multiple partners, it usually happens in the beginning of the relationship. So like when you're first dating, they have a hard time doing that commitment part. But usually once they commit with you, Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, they usually end up like staying there. They don't usually cheat on you. So it's more like in the beginning when they're not sure if they want this or not. And it's usually very obvious. You both put a lot of pressure on yourselves when it comes to the activities you do together and the projects you take on. And when one of them just doesn't work out because it's not realistic enough, or there's just a lot of drama in your life, or just something doesn't work out for one reason or another, then that is going to be a huge test of your relationship. Because a lot rides on that, because you put so much pressure on that. So especially in the beginning, you got to watch out for that. If a project falls apart, sometimes the relationship does too in the beginning when things are not really strong yet. Geminis know how to cut corners. They usually bring a lot of friendships to the marriage. Like most of your social life will probably come from them. They know how to buy what's on sale. And so budgeting won't be a huge problem when it comes to the marriage. And like I said, if it's only in the beginning that they would cheat, but Gemini usually doesn't cheat on you. And they make really good partners. It can take them a really long time to commit. Like if you know each other as friends, it will take them a while to really get into a commitment with you, you know, romantically. As friends, things are just really lighthearted. Geminis don't dwell on things. The sex, though, ooh, the sex is often very unpredictable. And flings, like short-term little flings, are usually very passionate, very exciting. You usually know what they want, and you also know what you want. You have a very strong understanding of your needs. But the Gemini might be a little confused. They have many sides, and they have to be able to explore all of them. They need to understand who they are in order for things to work, because like I said, that's something you guys really bond over, so it's going to be really important. So if you've already figured everything out and they haven't, then you guys might not be on the same page. You're at a different point in your life, in your process, in your growth. And so, you know, you need to meet at that point on your journey where you're both growing and you're both still learning and you have so much to share with each other. When a Gemini and a Gemini, Cancer, Cusp move in together, even if you intend for it to feel comfortable, things quickly become very messy. You might have to be very, very patient, especially when you first start dating a Gemini. If you can show that you're willing to wait for them, things will probably move along. But you gotta be patient. They have a harder time settling down. Gemini will have a harder time keeping up with your relationship. They don't have like all the stamina that is needed, and it might feel really exhausting for them to just keep it going. If you're having trouble with your Gemini, you both need to learn about each other some more. Because once you fully get to know each other and accept each other, then it will be a lot easier to process things and handle your conflicting feelings inside. You need to show them some admiration and care for them. But after a breakup, you realize how much you've lost, and you often feel like Gemini is the one who got away because there's no one else like them. Even though you might be afraid of it, getting married might actually be a really good thing for you in terms of growth. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please Comment below if you have any stories, or if you are a Gemini or a Gemini Cancer cusp, and let me know, well, like, if you've dated each other, what you thought, what do you think of this video, do you have any input? I would love to hear it. So yeah, just or read it, you know, in the comment section below. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me support and grow. Help me support me. Subscribe to me. And have a nice day. Bye-bye. Happy mermaid!